Welcome back to Bombastic Nation and ting. Back with some more vibes for all you. And this one here is called the Somali States. You know, some people comment on there and they say that, oh, you're doing it to get subscribers and likes and stuff like that. I'm genuinely interested in Somali. Genuinely. I heard so much about it over the years and I never really delve into, what it's all about. No, I'm neither pro nor con of what's going on there politically. I don't know. I'm learning. You know what I mean? And I'm going to go ahead and watch this here. You know what I mean? Because I want to know. So let's go ahead and YouTube and simmer. Before that, thank you all for watching these with me. Go ahead and like and share this. Because I know there's other people that want to learn about it too. You know, several people said, hey, keep bringing that on there. So it's coming. Let's YouTube and simmer. Let's see what go on here.
The Somali city-states. And so, the Africans of the land of Punt prospered from 2500 BC onward for thousands of years and eventually created the Kingdom of Macrobia in the same region which today is modern-day Somalia. The Africans of the Kingdom of Macrobia were known as the Macrobians, which also means the long-lived. They were known as expert traders and were also pastoralists. Pastoralism is a branch of agriculture concerned with animals that are raised for meat, eggs, and milk. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus, who was born in 485 BC, mentions in his writings the Kingdom of Macrobia. The Kingdom of Macrobia were well known for their wealth generated from trade and their supply of gold in the region of Somalia. He describes these Africans as being very tall and living extremely long lives, usually living up to 120 years of age or more. Herodotus, the historian, states in his writings the following concerning them. They led them to a fountain, wherein, when they had washed, they found their flesh all glossy and sleek, as if they had bathed in oil, and a scent came from the spring, like that of violets. The water was
mystical.
So weak, they said, that nothing would float in it, neither wood nor any lighter substance, but all went to the bottom. If the account of this fountain be true, it would be their constant use of the water from it, which makes them so long-lived. The ancient Somalians also were known for their eventual domestication of the one-humped camel, which helped to revolutionize trade within the area. Now, by 1 AD, the Somali city-states were founded and the cities served as trading centers and commercial hubs supporting a vast network. Rather than institute one king and a royal family to preside over the entire region, each city was instead ruled by its own chief, and the city-states enjoyed an interdependent structure that was beneficial for all involved. The Somali city-states...
You see, check this out. When they teach us about trade and stuff, in schools in this part of the and I'm talking about on my island and stuff, we never heard about too much about the African states or countries or whatever trading. We never did. You know what I mean? So this stuff I'm seeing here, and I know that Ethiopians did trade, you know what I mean, and all those other countries did trade, but we never hear about it. We just hear about the people that's looking for trade, like Christopher Columbus and the Dutch West India Company and East India Company and Dutch East India Company and all these. That's what we would think that we were thinking like, wow, these guys were great, man, and they were all trading and stuff, and we had no idea that in Africa there was trading going on. At least I didn't. I taught myself later, but I didn't know to the extent of how much they learn about the trading in all these places. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning stuff as I go along. Comment down below and tell me more stuff that I may not know. It's your culture, it's your history. Tell a brother the vibe. Let me know.
Included Essina, located on the southeastern coast of Somalia, and Mundus, located on the north coast of Somalia. Also, the cities of Serapian, Mousilian, Tibet, Apon, and Maleo were established. Now, the Periplus of the Erythraean Sea was an ancient manuscript written in Greek by an Egyptian merchant which details some of the trading activities in and around the eastern coast of Africa, Arabia, and Eastern Asia. The Periplus of the Erythraean Sea provides the following description of Maleo. And there is another market town in Maleo, distant a sail of about 800 stadia. The anchorage is an open roadstead, sheltered by a spit running out from the east. Here, the natives are peaceable. There are imported into this place the things already mentioned, and many tunics, cloaks from Arsinoe, dressed and dyed, drinking cups, sheets of soft copper in small quantity, iron and gold and silver coin. There are exported from these places
It's a beautiful scene there.
frankincense, cinnamon, duaca, Indian copal, and masir, all of which are imported into Arabia. 2 days sail or 3 beyond Maleo is the market town in Mundus, where the ships lie at anchor more safely behind a projecting island close to the shore.
You hear that the operative word there, they were peaceful people. Hence, I do believe the reason why, the outside forces could come in and take over everything and dominate the trade, because, they would be welcoming. It'd be like, come on in, you know what I mean? We here in peace and thing. So, that made it easier for outside forces to come in, you know what I mean? Because if they're peaceful, they wouldn't be putting up that much of a fight. They'd be wanting to be friendly with people.
They are imported into this place the things previously set forth, and from it likewise are exported the merchandise already stated, and the incense called Makrotu. The Somali city-states developed trading routes up and down the Red Sea along the eastern coast of Africa, just as their ancestors did at the time of the land of Punt. These routes again provided direct access to Ethiopia, Nubia, and Egypt for the purposes of trade and business. Then moving eastward, trade routes were created with the nation of Arabia. Also, trade routes were created with various cities along the eastern coast of the nation of India and Asia. The nation of India traded large quantities of cinnamon with Somalia, who in turn sold it to the European nations of Rome and Greece. And so the Somalians
See, they were trading with them already.
That connected 3 continents and multiple nations with themselves at the center. As a consequence, these coastal African cities flourished and were abundant with international goods. Goods traded included cinnamon, along with a barter of cloves and other spices, and also ivory, exotic animal hides, glass stones, cloth, copper, ivory, incense, and tortoise shells. Roman accounts record a single pound of Somalian myrrh costing 16 silver denarii. The denarii was the currency used in Rome at the time. Cinnamon sold for 50 denarii per pound in Rome, and was at the time sourced by these Africans from as far east as Indonesia in Asia via India. To facilitate trade across the seas, the Africans of the Somali city-states developed various ships. One popular style of ship was known as the Bedouin. The Bedouin ships were extremely fast, double-masted vessels made from wood which had large sails to catch the wind. Some of the Bedouin were also used for fishing and others for carrying goods to their various destinations. And so the Somali city-states became wealthy and continued to thrive. When Islam finally arrived in the region, these Africans developed a series of new powerful Islamic kingdoms known as sultanates. The Somali sultanates would become the next chapter in the history of this great African people.
Doing all that trade and stuff, man, that's kind of cool. I'm definitely. I want to see how it was with other African countries too. So I'm gonna be doing some research and learning more about it. Now, like I said, I knew about it, but I never delved into it. I mean, they supplied everybody with stuff, and I'm assuming also it's not just Somalia. You know what I mean? There was other kingdoms back then that were doing that. You know, so just as easily as the Europeans traveled over into this new world here to find trading routes and stuff, the Africans could just as well easily have done it. But the thing of what I'm thinking, and it's still true to this day, that Africa has got so much natural resources there that they really didn't need to do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that could be one of the reasons why they never like ventured out. You know, some people might think, well, they weren't smart enough to do it, and the Europeans were. However, if you have everything where you are, or most things that you need where you are, why venture out? Anything else that will be coming in will be new. Okay, I'll give you an example. Like on my small island, we don't have very many fast food restaurants. All that stuff is imported. We cook our local stuff a lot. You got your little garden in your backyard, and all of that. I never really went to a grocery store when I was living there to go buy anything except for sugar and flour and stuff like that. But a lot of that was coming from close at hand. It wasn't coming from very far. It coming from, like rice and stuff was coming from Guyana, that kind of stuff and thing, not from China like it is now, But it is interesting to know that way back when, how powerful they were, because the only thing we pretty much know about Africans is the slave trade, and then pretty much that's what they teach. Well, in my country, not so much because they taught a lot of African history where I'm from. But I mean, like when I mention stuff like this stuff I learn about this here, they don't know about it, and it's the African Americans. They don't know about it because they didn't teach it in schools here. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, so they get to know. Comment down below. Tell me if anything is not accurate. Give me your interpretation or your understanding of what the stuff is. All right? Listen, man, y'all take care of each other, all right? Stop the fighting. Start loving each other. A human is a human is a human. Cool runnings, okay?